Hey, people over the internet. Uh, this is me. I'm making a vlog. I was watching a Sneeko video and I was like, wow, he vlogs. I want to do that. And, I've been thinking like, oh, I need editing and all of these things to like make a video, but I don't think you really do. I just need my face and to be here. Um, and I want these vlogs to be just, look into my life, which is not awesome, honestly, all the time. But nobody's life is really perfect. Um, right now, I am. How do I flip the camera? Well, I am breaking down things in my room. Literally, I've broken down a dresser because I have to get all my stuff out. My family wants my stuff out, so I guess that's the wrong way of putting it, but effectively, I gotta get it out. And so I'm breaking this down so I can use it in my van. My hair looks ridiculous. Um, and I gotta say it is quite emotional. I'm just kind of sitting in the house by myself. My sister said they'd be here at 1 p.m. and it's 3 now. And all I really want to do is go back to my girlfriend's apartment and play D&D with her and her dad. Um, kind of on the verge of just giving up here because it's super not easy. Like, I don't want to stay here, you know? Like, I have a lot of bad memories living in this house. And it's not so much the leaving part as much as it is the it's real part that makes me really emotional. I have like a lot of my stuff in my van or in my car and I have to put it in my van, but that's like in the city at my mom's house. And it's not really easy to do right now because it's carnival season. So, you have second lines and parades going on. And I have another issue, which is this. And if you can't tell, those are swords, and that's armor. And I got this from my friend Tyler, who committed suicide about 6 months ago. And I don't have the space for it, but I don't want to get rid of it, obviously for sentimental reasons. And I really don't use it very often. We He had it. He bought it because we do this sword fighting kind of battle pit called Ordo Presanctus, and it was really fun. And he loved it, and he spent like $1,000 on that armor. And a year later, he didn't need it anymore. So it his family decided that it was fitting to give it to me. And while like I do appreciate it, because it really means something that they're like, you're the person that deserves this, because we were really close friends. Not to say that I feel like I deserve it or I'm glad he's dead because I get to have it now, but it was touching to me that his family thought so much of me. They were like, Terrence, he would want you to have this. And but now I don't know what to do with it because I'm gonna be living in a van, and I don't have a lot of space, and I don't want to throw it away, and so still working it out. Um, he had a ton of swords and everything, and so we took those swords and we brought them to the game shop that we'd play D&D at, D4 Cafe, which is an awesome place. And Tracy and Mark are really cool people, and they're like, yeah, we get it. They knew him too. Even if it was just like a customer, shop owner kind of relationship, we still shared laughs together, and so um, they were happy to take his swords, his huge collection of like 15 swords, and they put a lot of them up on the walls. And then um, the swords I have, he gave to me before he died, but the rest of them were distributed, um, amongst his friends. And so, um, yeah, this is my day so far. Is moving my shit out. I was here last night until like 12 maybe, or I got in at 12 because I was helping my sister with some of her stuff, and I was getting my stuff out. And I'm like, my car is packed to the brim, to the very top. Um, and I don't know how I feel. My girlfriend's dad tried to cheer me up. He was like, life's good. Like, you have a roof over your head and food to eat and people who love you and like a warm bed to sleep in. And he's super right. And, I agree with him, but I can't help but feel sad because of the changes in my life. Or maybe it's the way that things changed. It all seems really abrupt. I wasn't expecting to have to do what I'm doing now when I was doing it. And it's odd. I mean, I was watching the Sneeko video, and I really like his videos. I think he's a very down to earth guy. Obviously, he's not perfect, and that's why like he talks about that a lot in his videos. Like my life kind of sucks sometimes, but it's really cool to see somebody put themselves out there and watch their progress. I mean, I wasn't a fan from day zero, so I didn't watch him when he was like 15 or whatever. But you know, having watched him, yeah, for like a year and a half, 2 years, like it's cool to see that he's getting up on stage and he's going from doing really bad comedy and people booing him off the stage or whatever to getting laughs and progressing somewhere in his life. And so I mean, it's really inspiring, but at the same time it just like super like mind-boggling and kind of like ego shattering. There's a spider on the wall. Little dude, live and let live. I'll let him go. But yeah, I mean, it's like super ego shattering because he's 20, 21, and I'm like 23. In a few months, I'll be 24. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I question every decision that I make. And I mean, as the years have gone by, I've grown more confident in who I am. But at the same time, man, it's like still everybody has their opinions about what you do, and you know a part of me is like, well, I'm forward thinking, and another part of me thinks that I'm overly optimistic. And I look at someone like Sneeko, or just people like him, people around my age who seem to make it work, and I wonder, is it all just bullshit? you know is living a good life and living some kind of dream, is that doable? Or am I just going to be like, am I going to suffer for the rest of my life? Yeah, I don't have a job, really. I haven't been to the job that I'm still listed as working at in a few months, and I have to go back eventually, or I will be fired. But um, I don't have a job. I'm not making any income. I live with my girlfriend's parents. My savings is pretty low. Is pretty low. Um, and I'm essentially getting kicked out of my house. Like, hey, you can't come back, really? Like, to stay here? Nah. And funny thing about that is I didn't really choose to leave. I just started staying over by my girlfriend's house like every night, and everybody was like, "Oh, you moved out, huh?" I was like, "Not really." And then everybody was like, "Yeah, you moved out." And then I got a van, and everybody's like, "Yeah, now you've really moved out. You're living in a van. You're gonna live in that van. Get out." So, I mean, it wasn't so unceremonious or negative as I'm making it out to be, but that's how it kind of feels sometimes. And I really having that feeling, it's odd, man. It's weird because um, I mean, just having feelings in general is such a tough thing to deal with. That sounds so like weak, but that's the thing that's tough about it, is that you feel weak, you feel powerless in your own life, and um, you don't know what to do, you know, and you just try your best. And like right now, I'm just trying my best. I just try to be the best person I can be, and I feel like I've built up a lot of positive karma in my life, and that's the only reason things are going as well as they are. But I'd really like to go from being here to making the next step. and getting a career and getting a job and doing the things that I want and, getting the degree that I want and not suffering so much, which I guess suffering is like a part of the process. I mean, I feel like I'm suffering now. Life is suffering sometimes, and that's cool. I get it. Like, but it sucks not being able to look out into the future. Look out into the future. Yeah, it sucks not being able to look out into the future and say like the thing that I'm reaching for and the thing that I want is right there. Like I'll be there in 2 years. I'll be there in a year. It feels sometimes like you know the way I kind of internalize my vision of the future is that it's either a very clear tunnel, where there's light coming through, or it's kind of like a mist and you have a general idea of where the light is, but you know, on the way there you might not see all of the footfalls and the traps or whatever. It's really like ambiguous what the future holds for you. You feel like you have no control. So, this ain't as nearly as entertaining as a Sneeko vlog, but it's something that I wanted to do because I'm feeling a certain type of way, and also, I got inspired. I mean, why not talk about who I am? I mean, I don't think I'm like an awesome person, but I think I have interesting things to say at least. Question mark? You tell me. My hair looks absolutely ridiculous because I took I have twists in the front, but I took them out in the back, and I have to go back and do that again. But it's like poking out the hat. My sister said I look like Ash Ketchum, so but okay. Thanks for watching. Whoever watches this, any of my 4 subscribers. Peace.